Mic test 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2 3. Good morning, Seattle. This is your host, Samurai Kit Kat, and we're back at it again with Zenless Zone Zero. That's right. Did the gotcha game get me? I don't know, but it's polished. It was nice. Good combat. Probably the best combat I've ever had with a gotcha game thus far. Again, I have not tried Honkai Star Rail, so unfortunately, I cannot have a complete, I guess you could say, unbiased or biased opinion on what game has the best combat. Although I will say Honkai, I don't mind turn-based combat, but I like live action combat. It makes me feel more in tune with the game. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something and that my efforts are accounting for something versus a static battle environment from which, the way I win that battle is because my stats are high enough. I don't really want to rely on my stats being the only thing that matters. And so live action combat for me is much, much more tangible. So let's, sounds like the volume to voice ratio is good, but we're at the title screen here and it's pretty quiet anyways, but let's keep going, right? Let's get into that game. Invalid network request. Oh no. Oh, that's a surprise. Retry. Alright. Got the controller set up. That's good. Controllers work good. Also, I love games nowadays that, and this is really good with most PC games too, in this modern era. They understand that controller use is something that just needs to exist. I think PC players are just as prevalent as console players, and really, if there was no controller support for a wide majority of games, and we all still had to use keyboard and mouse, um, I don't think PC gaming would be as popular as it is right now. And that being said, there are some games, of course, that just simply you gotta have a mouse and keyboard. But see, now, with that being said, I don't know I'm on a tangent. I'm on a tangent right now. I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just going to have fun. I'm just sitting here having a good time. You could say, well, MMORPGs, i.e., like World of Warcraft and so on and so forth, well, they must have a keyboard and mouse. No, they do not. And in fact, Final Fantasy XIV Online, way back in the day when it first released, had controller support. And I was just as relevant for any and all activities involved with Final Fantasy XIV than someone who had a keyboard and mouse setup. I knew my controller just as I think I can manipulate. I can manipulate a controller much better, much easier than a keyboard and mouse when it comes to MMOs. And you could say, well, you just need a better setup. You need like a mouse that has 20 buttons on it. You need a keyboard that has the buttons all crunched together and stuff. And you need your macros and all this shit, right? Well, that's some high speed shit. That's high speed. And sure, that's cool for those that just, cool. Cool for you. But if I can just pick up a controller as a filthy casual, because that's what I am, I'm a filthy, filthy casual. If I can just pick up a controller and be pretty much just as good as you, Mr. 20 buttons on your mouse, that says something. And it's that trend there to why PC gaming has gotten much more relevant because of the fact that there is so much controller support. Now, I'll end on this. The only games that I will ever play with a mouse and keyboard are I'll give you a second to think about it and guess. I bet you some of you can guess. It is FPS. Anything that requires gunplay, such as even like World of Tanks, anything that requires a precision amount of aiming, I will not use a controller. Mouse will always beat a controller in a gunfight. The amount of precision a mouse can give you in a gunfight is bar none to a controller. So there's my take on that. Let's get into Zenless Zone Zero, baby. I wanna play. This is my new hyperfixation. It's been Monster Hunter Wilds, but as I had told people in my Monster Hunter Wilds streams, that once I kind of reach a certain rank, obviously I'm going to play the new content, but I just played all of the new Title 1 content for the most part, and, you know, I mean, I'm such at a high rank and stuff, and I don't really have much to do other than just grind, so really want to get the feeling to, you know, play Monster Hunter Wilds or something like that, hunt a few monsters here and there, then that's probably what I'm going to do. Other than that, though, I don't, you know, I'm pretty much done with the game. I still need to reach my, I would say, like, my rank 100. I think rank 100 would be something that I need to apply for. However, you know, that being said, it's not required. There's nothing in the game right now that requires me to be Hunter rank 100. So, as I was talking here, I'm kind of just listening to the background music, and it seems like it's a little quiet. So let's boost up that sound a little bit. There we go. See how that looks. See how that sounds. Yeah. My voice isn't too important. I don't think people came here to listen to me. They want to watch gameplay, so. Let's see here. R1, what does R1 do? Did I get anything today? Anything happen as our daily login bonus? I don't think there is. I think I actually have to. Let's see here. We have, was that 14 more? Yeah, we have 14 more searches to go to get a guaranteed S rank, which I'm assuming could be an S rank engine or an S rank character. Limit 5, 20% off, 10 searches 2 times. A rank or higher signal guaranteed in 3 searches, so we got 3 more searches to get an A rank or higher, and then S rank in 54 searches. Yeah, I mean, we already calculated how much it was going to be to obtain a selectable agent, as it says down there. It says 300, right? It would cost us $400. $400 dollars USD in order to obtain a selectable character. And so really it just comes down to, you guessed it, the luck of it, that you get the character that you're looking for when you're opening up these signals. Let's see. Just trying to get myself refamiliarized here. Yeah, we gotta get some levels. Gotta get some levels, man. Alright. Let's just get into it. Authentication verified. Woo. Okay, so it looks like we got stories, or the story. We got a combat commission, so let's look at that. Combat logistics disaster. Recommended attributes Ether, which we do have a character at level 10 right now for Ether. So let's go for it. Okay. Enter select squad to choose the agents for this mission.
Standing by.
You can use quick config for more convenient operations. Now let's choose the first agent to deploy. You can choose an additional assistant just to be safe.
Need something? My services
Next,
are
select
expensive.
another agent to join the battle. Once you're ready, you can confirm the selection.
Good choice.
Here you can view the agent's specialty and stats. By pairing agents' specialties and stats, you can achieve unexpected effects. So stun specialty, yeah, I already know about this. Attack specialty, so stun state and attack, okay, so I see now. And an anomaly agents, access quickly accumulate anomaly buildup. Support agents providing buffs, defense, withstanding attacks. Gotcha. So it's like just adding on. So she's a stun. This is support, I believe.
Ready for combat. Nothing to fear.
Starlight, it's time to shine.
And he's I think he's an attack.
Standing by. Need something?
I have 2 guns, so double the accuracy.
Yeah, he's attack. So these three should work pretty well together. And deploy. Trying to make me deploy with just 2 agents. What's wrong with you? Character creation again, just really good. Oh boy.
It's connected. Hello?
All right.
Can you hear me, Wise? Well then, let's get down to business. Billy, go do some repairs.
Dangerous target detected. Foreboding. This ethereal possesses immense physical strength. It can block damage with its arms. In addition, it can perform a series of rapid attacks.
Oh boy.
I got you.
Walk into that one.
What are you waiting for? To catch a bullet?
Preparing takedown.
Little slashes.
Fine.
Easy target. Perfect. It's showtime.
Okay, good. Oop. Well, I wasted that one. Wasted that one, that's fine. Seriously. I'm looking for the driver. I'm not going to read all this text, mind you. If you're disappointed about that, I'm sorry. Alright, got some polychrome. I didn't give me a rank. Alright. It took me under 2 minutes to beat that. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess I get everything collected, so. Alright. Next. Oh, we don't want to do that. Okay, so we did the combat mission. I guess we just have to. Okay, so it gave us an S rank. Okay, I was curious of what rank I got. Usually, or well, it has been showing like the rank when we get the whatever we're doing done. So I was just curious. So we'll just keep an eyeball on that. Exploration commission. All right. Investigate the ultimate collectibles. Okay. Fairy indicates that there are no ethereals in the area. You can start the exploration directly. Okay, not sure exactly what that means, but it's fine. I mean, I'm not this is the first time I ever played this game, so if it's telling me shit, it is what it is. I think we've been here before.
Mission objective,
what the hell is
find the
this?
missing W engine crate. You have reached the location where the goods were lost. No targets matching the description have been identified.
Let's check the area.
Okay. Basic movement. Drag L or use your D-pad to move around. Drag R, so right stick, left stick, to adjust the camera. And use L2 and R2 to zoom in and out. Okay. Okay, that's the camera. Yeah, zooming in and out.
A new route has been marked. Let's go.
Okay. But, well, what about these things, though? What's this do? Okay. Well, that's nice. Okay. Oh.
Wise,
What's that?
That must be the target. We can get out of here as soon as we find it.
Okay. You can accelerate the display of text, voice, and animations on the monitor in the HDD system by using the accelerated playback mode. Press X to enter the accelerated playback mode. Okay. You can also press L3 to turn on off the speed up mode. Man, I don't really know why I would want to accelerate anything, because we're just doing the stuff, man. What's this? Oh, got some polychromes? Nice. A new route, I'm assuming? Okay, yeah, so that'll unlock that. Okay. I was also thinking, like, is there a certain amount of moves that you can only have? Ah, so it changes the direction of the conveyor belt. Gotcha. I see. What's this? Ah. Because I say there's no way for us to get back.
The cargo crate matches the search target's appearance. Mission complete.
The crate with the W engine is just lying on the ground. The good news is, its content remains intact. Let's do it, baby! Obtained a lost engine W. Or, well, W engine.
Great, we got it. We can head back now.
Continue. I mean, we did everything, so here we are. Alright, so little tiny puzzle quests every now and then. Interesting. Got whatever that is. Also, we got a couple of tapes too, maybe? I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look because we might be able to do some more. Gotcha! Might be able to do some more lottery. I'll go tell Susie at General Chop. Let's see here. Did we get more stuffs? Does not look like it. Yeah, so we did all the demos for these, but yeah, we want Wolfie Boy, and coincidentally, it's not because I'm just getting into the furry world. He was actually a really good character to play. I also liked how she played too. Her range combat was very much like Billy's, so That was good, and she's actually pretty good as well with her support, and she's also ranged. So you got 2 ranged, and then 1 close combat. But they're both electrical. What she's support, she is something else, and then he's a stunner. So he's a stunner. Yeah. But hopefully we'll unlock more characters and see how they play. What's this? Workbench is yellow. That means there's probably something to do here. Oh, we got new stuff. Okay. Ooh, polychrome. Thugs. Okay, so we got some new thugs. Ice. Ice. Fire. I'm seeing a common trend here. That so far, everything that we're versing is weak to fire and ice. Fire. Ooh, electric. Oh, electric. Okay. But, so far, also, insane, everything that we have versed is weak to fire. So if we had a full fire team, we would probably just steamroll this thing. Okay. Gotcha. No pun intended. Got it. Alright. That's completed. Sixth Street. I forgot about the Goodest Boy newsstand. Because we get one of these every day. It's like a daily login bonus. Looks like everything's the same. Maybe not. Alright, let's do some scratchies. Oh, we got 3 bones. So we got some Denny. Not bad. Very nice. Thank you, Goodest Boy. Get to the chef guy. General Chop. Wise, you're back. Come sit down. By the way, Pegasus called shortly after you went into the Hollow for a commission. They told me the driver had been brought. Like I said, I wasn't really going to read these. I thought it was going to be pretty short, but nonetheless.
Have you had dinner yet?
Oh boy.
Full stomach ensures
Eat
a
noodles
good
to
night's
gain
sleep.
buffs, lasting for 3 battles. After 1 battle, eat noodles again to change buffs. You can check buff effects at the noodle shop and deployment interface. Ah, so this is where the Denny comes into play. Alright, so this one's attack plus 30, HP and physical damage, HP, ether damage, fire damage, electric. Okay, I can see the,
The cooking time for
I can see where
noodles must
these-
be precise,
wow,
not a
30%
millisecond off.
damage against boss enemies. Alright. So right now we can just get attack plus 30, which is, in my opinion, pretty damn good, so. Wow. Right from Monster Hunter.
Be precise, not a millisecond
I think they
off.
got Monster Hunter vibes from that. That was good. Just unfortunately, our character did not eat anything, at least right now. So obtained effect got plus 30. A bonus stat, anomaly buildup rate plus 15%. All right, cool.
Got your
So
fill.
instead of like
See you next time.
let's see here. So Monster Hunter, of course, like your effect time is based off of minutes, and those minutes start when you start a quest or combat. It doesn't go away when you're like walking around like this, which is kind of the same concept here. I'm not losing any of my time. However, I only get 3 battles, and funnily enough, how Monster Hunter works, pretty much if you're fighting higher monsters, of course, monsters that are difficult, you really only get about 2 to 3 battles out of a meal anyway. So that's pretty cool. So 3 battles, and then we have to come back for some more spoops. All right, Susie, I need you, Susie. Susie enters the gadget store filled with excitement and walks out happily a few moments later. Alright. You can use the relevant materials in the gadget store to buy W engines. Equip them to your agents to enhance their combat performance. You can recycle W engines to obtain related material. Alright. Now let's take a quick look.
Good evening. We just got a new batch of products in. Feel free to browse.
Okay, I was wondering if I could buy A level gear. So I could buy these.
Hey there. Having trouble deciding what to buy? I can always give you some tips.
Oh, so I do need stuff and things that I don't have. As far as recycling goes, I'm not sure exactly what to recycle because
Hey there. Having trouble deciding
yeah,
what to
this
buy?
is the thing though.
I
Like
can
it
always
doesn't.
give you some
These are
tips.
obviously these are for specific characters, and so it's just kind of interesting that they don't have like an actual associated character for these. But it is what it is.
Hey there. Having trouble deciding what to buy?
And it's just
I
kind of
can
like
always
you
give you
base the
some
look
tips.
off of the sphere with like the look of the proxy that clearly it should belong to, right? Like I have no idea who this goes to, per se, or who should it go to.
Hey there. Having trouble deciding what to buy? I can always give you some tips.
Alright. Cool. I understand. So I have to get those puzzle pieces, and it takes one of them to get one of these engines. So I guess if there was an engine that we really needed, well, we could get it here. Alright.
Catch you again soon. We get new stock in all the time.
Okay. Compendium unlocked. What is this? You can see the missions that need to be completed for a trial here. Completed trial missions to get the corresponding reward. Okay. Aside from trial missions, it's also important to hone your skills. Okay. Oh, there we go. You can see the different practices you can complete here. Okay. Once you complete a practice, you'll be able to gain certain rewards. Let's take a closer look. Perform a basic attack repeatedly. Press square to launch a series of attacks. Keep enemies suppressed. Dodge, move, so on and so forth. Okay. So we can claim this. And then we can claim that one. And claim this one. And claim this one. Complete the main mission, the proxy and the hair. So we got that one to do there. But we have all these to do. Which all this polychrome should get us enough to get some more. And then there's cooperation exercise. 6 out of 15. So much stuff. Okay, so let's just do these tactics real quick. These should be pretty easy. Andy! Such good character creation. Good modeling, too. I will never speak enough good about just how good these characters' models look in this game. Like, and you know, this is the thing, like, people I think don't like gotchas very much, or whatever the case may be, because of course the predatory behavior of the gambling complex with gotchas. But if you can look past that and just understand that playing the game itself, so long as the game itself is pleasurable, I think you could look past that. Now, that's probably, in an aspect, some people would say, well, that's part of that predatory behavior because they made such a clean and good game that you feel compelled to want to play those characters and things. And so therefore getting the gotchas and all that. Sorry, I'm reading. Yeah, okay. There we go. That makes such a compelling game with good figures and characters and character creation, and the list goes on and on and on to how the gacha actually works. And so, funnily enough, I would be wondering if they weren't so concerned with greed, they weren't so concerned with this lottery system and making oodles and oodles and oodles of money, if the game would actually be as polished and nice as it is now. I would be very curious, because that would be the 50-50, right? Is this game created out of love, passion for art, and overall enjoyment of gameplay, and it just so happens to have a gacha system? Or is the gacha system responsible for making this game so good, because they want it to be addicting. They want it to, dare I say, get you. I think the answer could swing either way. I'm a little bit of an optimist and say that this game is good because the people clearly wanted to work on it. They wanted to make it nice. They wanted to make it good, smooth. They want to make it look good. The list goes on. And it just so happens that it also has a gotcha because they realize that what they create is good and they can capitalize on that because people are going to want to continue to play it. So that's kind of my take on it. That's a little bit more of an optimistic view. The reality, perfect dodge. The reality is, maybe my opinion on reality of the matter, that the gotcha made the game good, because again, like I said, there was those two possibilities, and it probably, the most likely thing is that the gotcha made the game good. Yeah. There's your pessimistic viewpoint. All right. Deals different types of attribute damage, weaknesses, so on, crit damage. Gotcha. No pun intended. All right. Physical damage, electric. Okay. Is that it? Alright. I mean, she's good because her elemental damage builds up after a few normal attacks, so I was expecting to do more than that, but that's fine. More? Okay, so this is technique training. Ah. Agent Academy targets specialized combat drills. Okay. Hone your skills with your available agents here. Nice. So this is what I really wanted to find and was hoping that we had. You can check your training rewards here. Complete a certain number of Agent Academy sessions to get corresponding rewards. Come train when you need to. Excellent, because I was like, well, I don't really want to put one of these new characters that I got in my game just yet, or play with them just yet, until I kind of see how their combat rules are, because I don't want to level them up or do anything like that if I think that they're not good or something that I don't want to use. So that's pretty cool that this is the area that I wanted to find. Jeez, oh Pete. Alright. So, that being said, we can practice with Corin. And can we select... Okay, so it looks like it just automatically does the things. Okay, that's fine. I just want to use her, though, because I don't know what she all does and how she is. And I know we had a brief interaction with her. Let's see here. During the third and fifth hits of Corin's basic attack, repeatedly press or hold the basic attack button to extend the chainsaw slash, dealing physical damage. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Stand still! In my sights! You rang?
Eliminating target.
It's showtime!
Okay. Roger.
She's just like, I'm so worried about not doing it right, but I'll do my best shot.
Copy that. Standing by. Roger. I'm here. Copy that.
Starlight Knights, assemble!
Standing by.
Yeah, I was trying to get that done.
My bullets never lose sight of their target.
Jesus. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I think she's a good boss fighter. Golly, girl. Holy crackers. Oh, okay. I think we can complete this. So she's a maid girl that's worried about everything, but obviously is completely, utterly crazy. Okay, I was gonna say we do not have these characters unlocked, but I guess because we did the, I don't know, but yeah, we definitely want to work with Piper because I don't know about her either. Oh, we get Lucy too, so we could actually get practice with all of them. So it looks like Piper and Lucy actually work well together. Alright, let's see how this works. Hold the special attack button to trigger a special attack tire spin. Okay. Gotcha. So hers is holding that special button. She's pretty quick. Jesus. So much spinning. Okay, with enough energy, continue holding the special attack button after the special attack tire spin. Highest charge level. Okay. Oh, we can move around too. That's nice. Okay. All right. All right, let's see what her special is. She's so tired.
Leave it to Billy. In my sights. Don't get lazy now. Move it.
Take a rest up, Lucy. Buckle up. And the winner is me.
Those little piggies. What's up, little piggies? That was okay. The hammer stuff was alright. It wasn't too gratifying to use her, though. Um, I would say as far as, like, what I have experienced with the character so far, she's definitely in, like, the middle, where, like, I could see using her. But, yeah, not the craziest thing. Corin, however, the fact of how long her saw blade attacks actually go for is pretty fun. Like that is fun. Lucy, we didn't get a whole lot of practice with, so let's go ahead and get her. Oh, we get the bear guy. Okay, interesting. So Lucy, I don't know what she precisely does, but from the brief moment, it wasn't all that great. So we'll see. When pressing the special attack button to trigger either a special attack or EX special attack, Lucy's loyal guard boar will leap into the fray and summon 2 more boars. These guard boars will then engage enemies in combat, utilizing a baseball bat, boxing gloves, or slingshot at random to inflict physical damage. Okay. Sounds a little niche. Scooting over this way. No, there's one little piggy. Okay, so I smack him around like a fucking baseball. Alright. So as you see, like with this character, so far it's like I have to do a lot of work to get this gauge built up. I mean, it is nice to have little minions, and they're clearly doing a lot of damage, right? But this doesn't feel fun. With enough energy, press or hold the special attack button to activate an EX special attack, hitting either a line drive or fly ball. To unleashing the EX special attack, when Lucy's guard boar causes an explosion, it grants the cheer on status. To friendly characters, cheer on effect, hitting a fly ball can extend the effect's duration. When Lucy performs the 4th hit of her basic attack, or when she gains the cheer on, the guard boars will whirl around with their baseball bats. Gotcha. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I didn't get that far. Alright, let's see what her thing is. I think we've seen this. Yeah.
Don't move! Don't worry, everyone will get their share!
Nice. See, that's much more satisfying.
In my sight!
And I feel like I'm much more interactive and doing things like this is like... Yeah, Billy's is much, much better. This guy, I can feel the strength of his attacks and stuff, right?
Out of my way! Stay still!
Solid hit.
Move over! Time for the real stuff!
Yeah. I do not like that character. Even the bear guy feels a little bit better. I'm not too into slow characters. I'm not the most into slow characters. There is moments in time where a slow character does feel good, but the times that I've used the bear guy, it's really been just, switching them out and doing the perfect dodges and stuff like that. So I'm not really big on the bear guy. Maybe there's more other slower characters that might feel a little bit better. But Lucy, bottom tier. Lucy's bottom tier. I don't care for anything that she does. She seems incredibly slow with her build up and just doesn't contribute anything. Billy, far awesome, great. Nicole's alright, and Ambi is alright too. Like these three, of course, they're your beginner proxies. I was trying to figure out the word. Yeah. But Grace was good. Lycon was good. Or Lycon. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name. Rena was alright. Corrin actually was decent. So, like, would I replace Corrin with anybody up here? I don't know. I don't think I really would, because these three kind of belong together. They're part of the main story. I would like to create an actual, like, new roster. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to require some more time and seeing how these characters are. But, yeah. Yeah, then what was her name? Like, I already forgot her name. Lucy. Yeah, Lucy definitely bottom tier. Sorry if that's your waifu, but bottom tier. Tactics. So we did. Okay, so. Okay, there we go. I was like, I want to know where to claim my prizes. I want to claim my prizes. Alright, so, yeah, so basically the more agents that we demo, the more of this that we can do. So, of course, we got all, these three here. We got those three there to do. We got the rest of these. Yeah, we got the rest of them. I mean, this is, it's like, I should do this off stream, but I mean, this is technically gameplay, so, but we'll detract from that for right now. I really want to get all this stuff done. Pressing, yeah. Okay, so this is basically pressing the R1 or L1 button at the right time to switch in your persons to do more attack damage and so on. Oh, hello there. Hello there. Oh, I'm not, wait, hold on. I was gonna say, I can't move. Okay. When the character is launched, press the R1, L1 to trigger a quick assist and quickly switch characters.
I got you.
Okay, so if we get... Gotcha, okay. So if we get launched backwards, we can switch out someone and they'll do like a quick attack to come back in. That's really nice. That's really combat fluid. It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z-esque when, like, as far as like not, well, I don't know if Dragon Ball Z has ever introduced that into their games. I think they might have, because usually you can swap out characters while you're fighting. But here's what I was actually getting to was the fact that in the actual Dragon Ball anime, you'll have a couple of people actually fighting someone, and they'll swap out when one gets kicked back, and then so it's like, okay, it's my turn. Vegeta and Goku will switch in between who's attacking who at the time. So yeah. So it's nice to see that this is being employed in that way too. It just adds to the combat experience. Boop.
What's this?
Nice. Yeah, this guy, like, Billy gives off, like, Vash the Stampede and Deadpool vibes. Vash the Stampede. If you know who Vash is. I'm sorry that you need some medication. for that broke back. For that aching back of yours. Vash the Stampede is a very old anime. I think it's late. I don't think it's late 90s. It's definitely 90s or late 80s. Yeah. Decibels. Yeah, we learned about decibels. Just because I think our attack increases once we reach max decibels. Yeah, that's right. It allows us to do our ultimate.
Eliminating target.
Oh, so okay. I didn't know if he was going to start attacking us or not.
Fracture.
Investigation complete. S rank. Yeah. Alright, days and chain attacks. Ooh la la. Oh my goodness, okay. I'm sure it's going to give us a very brief explanation of all that, but from what I understand, so long as it's physical or blunt damage, you stun the... Oh, okay, you're a big boy. Days display below their HP. Attacking enemies continuously builds up days, causing them to be stunned. Alright, so now that we got a rainbow flash of fun there, stunned enemies are unable to move and sustain additional damage. Special attacks trigger a chain attack upon hitting a stunned enemy.
At your
I
command.
see.
Move over! Time for the real show!
Just keep going, just keep going. Okay, he stayed back a little bit to continue.
What's this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think blunt attacks most certainly. There we go.
Target confirmed. Good.
Get back her.
Surrendering. Woohoo!
Nice. Very nice, very nice. All right. Ugh. We're just getting all of them, all the prizes, all the things. So it says 9 out of 15. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so, yeah. Let's go ahead and just get these done. Let's just do it, man. Let's just do it. This should be fairly easy to get through. I'm not so much of a completionist as like the fact that there's just something to do, and of course I get rewards for it. I'm obviously gonna do it. And again, this is all gameplay, right? So dodge, perfect dodge, yeah. Come on, big boy.
Be gone.
Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. There we go. That's a pretty cool pose. Good posing, good posing. Oh, we get Nico. Nikomata. Nikomata is okay. I think she's mid-grade. She's definitely not bottom tier, but Gold, switch out, do the things. Perfect assist. Press attack immediately after the assist follow up. Okay. All right.
Stand still! In my sights!
Coming in. Don't worry, this could hurt a lot.
My bullets never lose sight of their target! Quit moving! What are you waiting for, to catch a bullet?
Why don't you have a taste of my fun? Check this out wide open! Eliminating target.
Starlight, shine bright!
At your command. Wanna try my massage? Don't worry, this could hurt a lot. Preparing takedown. Neutralize.
Ebony! What's going on, Ebony? How are you doing? Ba-boom! Ebony says, I don't know. The way you're talking about it makes you seem completionist. Well, I mean, I just, I don't think that's completionist. If there's rewards involved, then we're going to do it, right? I mean, I don't think that's being a completion. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. Okay. Here's the thing. If there's rewards involved, not so much awards. Ebony says, "I'm doing all right." Is really all I can say. Ah, well, hopefully that all right is actually in a good direction and not in a bad direction. So long as you're going in a good direction. Oh, I thought we were done. Like, just trigger shock one time.
Enemy backup. Stick together.
Whoa. Okay, get out of that. There you go. Okay. Applying another type of attribute anomaly to an enemy that has already been inflicted. One overrides the original and causes the disorder effect. The disorder effect is calculated based on the original anomaly. So this is kind of a little bit of a Genshin Impact thing, where multiple elements will do the things. Okay, so that's shock.
Billy, go do some repairs.
Be ready.
Target confirmed. Go.
There we go. An assault. Yeah, shock and assault. Ebony says, oh yeah, trust me, it's not anything on the bad side of the spectrum. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Ah.
Neutralize.
In my sights.
At your command. Be gone.
Billy, don't move.
Pew. Pew. As I was mentioning, like we were kind of talking a little bit, Ebony, about being a completionist, you know. If there's an award, so like Monster Hunter Wilds is a good example, which is there's the crowns, so you get a mini crown and a large crown for basically finding the biggest version of a monster and of course the smallest iteration of that monster, respectively. I could give two shits less about that. I don't care about earning a crown because I found the biggest monster or the smallest monster. The reason being is because there's nothing that it gives me in return other than a title. Now there are certain instances where like the title is displayed for everybody to see and it's a cool title, like let's just say Dominator or Reaper of Souls or something like that, like a really cool title, and that title is earned through very challenging content, then those type of things I will go for. But I'm not going to earn every title just because, well, I'm a completionist and I have to have every title. I could care less about that. And so I can't say that I am a completionist, so there has to be rewards. And since everything we're doing right now gives me something that I can use towards gameplay, I'm definitely going to do it. Emily's like, can't argue with that now, really. Damn it. Sorry to burst your bubble, baby. Let's see here. After the third hit of Ambi's basic attack, hold down or pause for a short while, then press the attack again. Okay. Whoa, that's a freaky guy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I mean, she kind of like... Okay, I see. So she does like a little slam thing. After the third hit of Ambi's basic attack, the special attack button to activate her special attack more quickly. Okay. I see. It just makes me get into special attack much quicker. Got it. Got it. Oh, okay.
Don't worry, everyone will get their share.
Opening. Fracture. I'm here. Let me give you a little treat, like this.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Fine. They're exposed. concerns. Good. Neat and tidy. Hit. Eliminating target.
Ah, there we go. Whew. Ebony says, as much as I like it, by the way, glad to see you take breaks from the art. Probably does you good too. Yeah, you have to, and I completed, the reference sheet and stuff like that. And so, really, what kind of brought me on playing games right now and playing this particular game is, it's good inspiration. And like I said, the character models in this game are phenomenal. They really are. They're smooth. They look great. I love the stylization of these characters. Hoyoverse has always made really, really good characters. I mean, this is why their gacha games are incredibly popular. And so I take inspiration from these things because there's just stuff that I would never think about putting on a character. And so therefore I was wanting to play an anime game in general. And of course the best anime games out there, in my opinion, are those from Hoyoverse, just for character design elements. And really, I'm actually doing artwork right now, even if you don't think I am. Because now I'm going to be able to take these movements, these very dynamic movements that these characters do, how they move, how their sword attacks are, and stuff like that. And I get inspired on, like, ooh, I would think Kitsukai could pull something like that off. Or I really like the way that she holds the sword, or the sword placement. All this stuff, I'm internalized. I'm like a sponge, and I'm soaking in all of the creativity and all of the inspiration from playing this game. And I will translate some of this probably into my artwork in some way, shape, or form. Ebony says the models do look really cool. I can't deny that. Yeah, they're great. And there's nothing that, like, a lot of games, a lot of characters. We have a little bit of. If you look at her, her left wrist, it kind of goes through her belt, right? Like it clips through her belt. And so, that's not really the quote-unquote S-tier modeling. But in the grand scheme of things, there's not a whole lot of clipping. Her sword doesn't clip through her arm. Her backpack doesn't clip through much of anything. Basically saying, like, the clothing, even though it's exaggerated largely, it works, and it doesn't feel like it's just, like the model is not complete. I don't know how to best say that, but either way though, yeah, I'm definitely still doing artwork, even if it doesn't seem like it is, and especially like the scenery, the city. Let's get out of this real quick. Like, the environment is super pretty, and I really like this style of environment. And so, like, looking at the buildings back there, nice square shapes, very simple shapes, and the lighting, the warm light on it. This is like sunset, power lines, and things of that nature. The lights, the neon lights and signs. Just kind of internalizing that. I like the small space here. Like, imagine putting like Kitsukai like right here, and just walking through an urban environment or something like that. It feels alive. It feels nice. Now, I would like to see a few more NPCs. I would say that there's quite a few, and it is a small space, but I would like to see a little bit more crowd. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see a little bit more crowded, like 3 or 4 people over here sitting down, more people over here talking, doing stuff. But needless to say, though, probably would be a little bit cramped if there was that many people. But yeah, it's a good environment. Yeah, like this is Hoyoverse's newest game. They came out with this in 2024, and like I said, they've had a lot of years to refine their art style and the physics too. Like, as I'm walking, you can see the back of my shirt moving. My backpack moves. My hair is moving. We have God rays coming through, so the lighting is just fantastic. This is a polished game, and it's a pleasure to play. I have found no fault in this game yet to where, like, playability or the feeling of this game isn't, like, up to snuff. Let's see here. So that's advanced training. Claim that. We got claim some prizes. We're gonna claim some prizes. Woohoo! Ooh woo! Claiming prizes. Yes, yes. All right. We have 2 more to do. Billy and Nicole. I mean, Billy and Nicole. Well, all 3 of these are on the same team. Like they belong to the same squad, so they work together well, anyways. But Billy, Deadpool and Dash the Stampede vibes. Really cool guy. Let's see. Billy went into a crouching state. Yeah. Yeah, he's so fluid in his movements. Okay, so we can actually. Yeah, he's just so fluid. Like he just skirts around everywhere. He just feels good. He feels so good.
Keep pressing on.
Billy. Oh, the boss is here.
Easy target. Perfect. I've got plenty of bullets.
Billy, go do some repairs.
Feel the power of Starlight. It's showtime.
Fracture. A little off. Let me give you a little treat.
Easy target. Perfect.
Nice try. Roger. This won't hurt. Preparing takedown. I'm here. Copy that. Okay.
Coming, boss.
Standing by. Be gone. Behave now.
Move over. Time for the real stuff. Starlight, shine bright.
Nice. Ebony says, an open world game done somewhat right and well. Explain that to Game Freak and Nintendo for Pokemon. Oh god, going down that road.
These
And
two
then
guns
that is not
once.
open world necessarily how
Come
I
on,
think
hold
of it,
it
but
together.
still. So Genshin Impact, and we'll talk about Pokemon too. Genshin Impact is an open world, modeled after essentially Breath of the Wild. And then Honkai Star Rail, which was the next game that they came out with, was semi-open world to a degree, but it was fairly linear. So far, from what I've seen in this, this is the most linear version, but as far as like the gameplay is concerned, I'm still beginning in the game. Like, I haven't done a whole lot, so I don't know if there's other areas to unlock and explore and stuff like that. Like, I haven't even beat the first chapter of the story mission because I've been doing all this, right? Getting all these materials and all this fun stuff that we all get. But yeah. And of course, Pokemon, now that we're talking about Pokemon, they clearly come from a linear route, all the way from, let's see here, Red and Blue. I would have to say Diamond, Pearl, XYZ, Pretty much the first quote-unquote open world game that Pokemon has ever had is Sword and Shield, and even then it really wasn't open world. It was still kind of like this, where it was like,
Time to reload.
what's the word I'm looking for? It's semi-open world, where there's like zones, quote-unquote zones, that you could go to. And then you got Scarlet and Violet that came out. Oh, well, no, I detract that. Let's see here. Ebony says the only thing Pokemon really has going for it now is the Pokemon models, which are technically SV's story, but everything else is terrible. I agree. And Scarlet and Violet were the first Pokemon games that I never purchased. I didn't care to purchase. As soon as I seen the trailers for them, and seeing how poorly optimized they were, and just, Pokemon has never had competition in its field. And sure, you could say, well, of course it has. It's had competition in the field, stuff like that, monster catching games, whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, though, Pokemon has not had true competition in monster capturing and story and character creation. Like, it's just the thing. Like, there hasn't been anything that took the market by storm such as Pokemon has.
Fine. Let me give you a little
And so when we get to let's see here. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. It's hard for me to. I guess I'm not like peak streamer where I can do combat and stuff like that and talk at the same time, especially with a critical thought process, like talking about the inner machinations of Pokemon and how it's failed, especially in its more modern era. It's just a blatant cash grab. Pokemon is just a cash grab, and really this translates into all facets of Pokemon too. Like, I actually feel that Pokemon is worse than this game in the sense of a cash grab.
I got you. My bullets never lose sight of their target.
neat and tidy.
Easy target. Perfect.
I'm here.
Yes! Just, that saw feels so good when it lasts that long.
Fine.
Boom, baby.
Feel the power of Starlight.
Alright, we got all of those stages completed. So, okay. I was just making sure Ebony hadn't added to the conversation here. So let's talk, since we have a moment, we have a break now, let's talk about Pokemon and its failings. So, Pokemon was wildly successful because of the cartoon series that got injected into Western culture, especially for kids in the late 90s. I think it's like 96, 97 is when it came out. And so you captivated kids with a wonderful story, a different type of cartoon style that children were not used to at that point in time. And it was on Saturday, or it was in the mornings. So every school day, before getting on the school bus, you were able to watch Pokemon, which meant that it was one of the few cartoons that you were able to actually watch before going to school. And so you had a huge captivation of a child audience with Pokemon. Next step, they came out with trading cards. And of course, kids love to collect. And if you got them hooked on Pokemon, then wanting to collect cards and stuff like that was a no freaking brainer. After the cards came out, came the video games. And so you had Game Boy Color and stuff like that. So not only were you collecting cards, watching the anime series, now you could play the game and be Ash Ketchum and play Pokemon on your handheld Game Boy Color. And so this mega this has never, in my personal opinion, has never happened before, where you had a triad of getting the younger generations hooked on a particular subject and being able to run wild with it. I don't think that has ever been at that point in time. I don't think anything has ever done that before, where there was a cartoon series, a collectible physical entity such as a card game, and a video game to boot, to just wrap your just imagination and fantasy around. Plus, of course, being Pokemon, the monsters were cool, the characters were cool, everything was cool. And so Pokemon just crazy, went absolutely nuts. And it lasted until even today, right? It is still a concurrent, it is the biggest entertainment conglomerate in the world. It has the most monetary value associated with it. It's worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. Huge. Nothing even comes close to Pokemon in the sense of monetary value, from the card games to the video games to the physical content such as like plushies and board games and so on and so forth. Like, if there is something exists, Pokemon probably has a version of it. Ebony says, so many make the argument that, from the game series at least, fell off when they jumped to 3D. Well, what happened, and that's a good bring up. So, Pokemon has been what is called a vintage franchise, meaning that if it isn't broke, why fix it? And so they basically, for years and years and years, have worked with pixel art, and that was just their staple. They were making the money. It didn't matter what game they came out with, and this is some foreshadowing, by the way. They didn't care about whether or not the game was updating with 3D models and graphics and stuff like that. People were still going to buy the game because it's Pokemon. And that right there in a nutshell, the whole quote-unquote, it's Pokemon, meant that they had the reins to do whatever they wanted. They could skirt corners, take shortcuts, and or not be quote-unquote up with the times with their gaming and card games and stuff like that. Even the cards to this day really haven't evolved too much, except for in this more modern era. The cards most certainly have been updated from the previous iterations of the card game, but I digress from that to continue forward. So Pokemon has had the excuse to not contribute to getting themselves up to speed, and this is what's hurt them the most. So we take in, for instance, gaming franchises. Let's just talk about the video game aspect of it, because this is really where we're at, right? This is the subject matter. When you stagnate yourself because, well, no one's going to touch us, no one's going to get better than us, we have a complete monopoly on monster catching games, and when we come out with a new game release, we're going to make millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars off of this game, because, yeah, it's still using pixel art, but it's because it's Pokemon, right? It's Pokemon. It's gonna sell. Because you reach into that stagnation, because, again, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Eventually, though, you are going to have this technological lag, and your teams and the people that are involved with your franchise are going to be ill-prepared, ill-trained, and ill-advised to be able to get themselves up to concurrent time frame. Meaning, all these other game industries, such as Ubisoft, even though I hate to say their name, but needless to say, they've done the same thing. Naughty Dog, you know what I'm saying. So all these other video games, they've dealt with 3D modeling. They have increased their graphics. They went from the Unreal Engine 3 to Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, and they keep going, and they keep going. They keep trying to break the ceilings of graphics and photorealism and etc. and gameplay and so on and so forth. And these games are just so amazing. That's why they became AAA titles. And the funny thing is, Pokemon is a AAA. But if you put Pokemon, let's just say Zelda Breath of the Wild, you put Zelda Breath of the Wild next to Pokemon Sword and Shield, there is no contest. Breath of the Wild, which is by now an 8-year-old game. 8-year-old game. And it is fundamentally better in every way than Sword and Shield. You can climb, you can go places, you can chop down trees, you can fight. There's active live combat, there's good graphics and quality. The scenery is wonderful, the music is wonderful, and the entire game and premise and the campaign story mode that you play throughout Breath of the Wild is bar none one of the best that you can experience in a Zelda game. It was fantastic. Okay, well, we translate over to Sword and Shield. You can't climb up anything. You can't do anything. You're actually barred. You have a play wall because you can't catch all the Pokemon. Even though you have Pokeballs, you have to have a certain gym badge in order to catch that high level Pokemon. There's like an Onix at the very beginning where it's like level 30 or level 40 Onix, and you can't catch it because you don't have the right gym badge. The story is lackluster. It's cliche. There's nothing exciting about it. And then you get through the whole thing. It's a linear phase. You can't explore except for in the wild zones, of which, of course, they're linear. And yeah, it's cool to see Pokemon up in the open world, but you had to have a certain time of day. You had to have a certain weather. You had to have a certain date in order to catch some of the certain Pokemon at a certain time. And so you were barred and locked from really playing the game in a free sense of mind or being, and you had to mess with your Nintendo Switch to get the dates right so that way the weather would change and the time of day would change, and that way you could go hunt for a Dragavolt or whatever, not a Dragavolt, Dragapult in certain areas, or get certain Eevee evolutions, and the list goes on and on and on. The graphics, of course, were lackluster compared to Breath of the Wild because Sword and Shield at the time was 6 years newer than Breath of the Wild, and they all come from Nintendo. This is the other thing I'm making the point too. This isn't like some Western, gaming franchise versus an Eastern gaming franchise. They're literally owned by fucking Nintendo, and so I blame Nintendo too for saying, "Whoa, Game Freak," and I think it's Creatures Inc. and stuff like that. What are you guys doing? Did you not look at Breath of the Wild, right? You've seen Breath of the Wild, right? From 6 years ago. You remember that, yeah? Why aren't you making a game like this? And of course, this is the whole thing. It's Pokemon. Oh, it's Pokemon. People are gonna love it. We're gonna, they get to go out in the wilds and they do the thing. Oh no. It's fine, Nintendo. It's fine. No. It's Pokemon. People will buy it. It's okay. And of course, they sold millions of copies, made hundreds of millions of dollars, and people complained about it because of these reasons I gave. But who cares, right? It's Pokemon. And then the most egregious thing, let's see here. Ebony says a complete monopoly. Explain that to Pal World, who took the game world by storm. I'm getting there, Ebony. Okay, I'm getting to Pal World because this is the perfect example to why I was saying that they've had a complete monopoly. They've had a complete just overtake of any industry, and of course anything that had to deal with monster catching and stuff like that. No one even really tried. No one tried, and the reason being why no one has tried to take on Pokemon in the monster catching category is because they were afraid of lawsuits. And Nintendo has a near perfect lawsuit win history. Anytime something has come up that is relevant to any Nintendo property, from Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, etc., and they sue someone, they win every time because they have the money, they have the resources, and their lawyer department is just top notch, and they will find what is wrong and change it. And Pal World also had this happen to them, and they've had to change things too. Granted, it didn't kill them, but Pal World did have to change things because of Nintendo. Ebony says, even the Mario Kart world, which more people call MK9, looks fucking amazing, but that could be a fair comparison because of the better hardware. Luckily I have that chat, so I will remind myself to talk about Mario Kart and those things. But finishing off Pokemon, when Scarlet and Violet came out and introduced a quote-unquote true open-world experience, which is false. It did not have a true open-world experience because you were still level-locked in certain zones where, yeah, you could go here, but the Pokemon are going to be so over-leveled that you can't actually do anything, and so you had to go back to a certain zone and go to those zones. So you were still zone-locked and had a linear pathway. Now, you could go to different gyms and stuff like that, and people were like, oh, yeah, we can go to this gym, and you don't have to go to the other gym. Guess what? They had that back in red and blue in 1998. You didn't have to go to the next gym, in line, right? You could actually go to Saffron City, and you could do the gym there, and then go back up and go to Celadon City and do that one. Like, you actually could go to different gyms in the very first freaking Pokemon game, so you can't even use that argument that, well, it's still open world, because, no, fucking Red and Blue were more open world than fucking Scarlet and Violet. So dumb. So freaking dumb that is a hill that some people want to die on with Scarlet and Violet. It was just so dumb. And of course the lag, the sprites that would lose animations, and don't get me even started on animations. My God, the fact that double kick is the most just... Okay, here's the example, and we're going to move forward from this. Raboot, right, which is, I think, the newest starter in Generation 8, so the little bunny rabbit, and the final evolution of that little bunny rabbit, right? Its whole fucking thing is that it can kick. It kicks a soccer ball, it kicks a, flaming soccer ball, it does all these kick moves, right? It learns double kick. Makes sense. It's a kicking rabbit. So you would think that with your box starters, you would do an animation for pretty much all of the moves. No. Double kick for a Raboot is it hops up it completely static. There's no arm movement, there's no leg movement, there's no head movement, there's no ear movement, the hair doesn't move, the clothes don't move, nothing moves. They basically just took like a physical little plastic model, right? A little Warhammer 40K model, and just made it go whoop whoop for double kick. So dumb. The dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And they've done that with many, many, many animations. They've had so much time. They have the money. There is no excuse too. You have the money. You have the resources. You have the team. You can make a good Pokemon game. You just refuse to do it. The physical map is open world, but the bosses are still set order, like you're saying, yes. And then Ebony also says, like I said, Scarlet and Violet's only redeeming features are the Pokemon models, which they definitely put more effort into, and the story. Yeah, I heard that the story was ultimately a little bit better than normal. Obviously, I haven't played the game, so I cannot actually give a valid take on it. I can only just go from what I've heard. But as far as models are concerned, like when Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee came to the Switch, which was kind of the first Pokemon game that they came out with, those models are the same models that they've used in Sword and Shield and in Scarlet and Violet. The only thing that has changed is the lighting, and I think they've done maybe some polygonal smoothing. But for the most part, every single Pokemon model from Let's Go Pikachu, Sword and Shield, is also in Scarlet and Violet. Now, obviously, Scarlet and Violet has brand new Pokemon, right? So those models are brand new to the franchise, and so on and so forth. But needless to say, they don't like changing models. They don't like updating models, because again, it's Pokemon. It's Pokemon, right? We don't need to do. I mean, they're gonna buy the game anyways, right? They're gonna buy the game. It's Pokemon. Come on, we don't need to do extra models. We don't have to do anything like that. That's crazy. So, Pal World, right? Pal World comes into the scene and took everything by storm. And even Nintendo was surprised, and Pokemon was surprised. All these people were surprised. I wasn't surprised. And of course, the 9 to 10 million people that purchased Pal World also weren't surprised. You want to know why? Because we have been given trash games from Pokemon for a very long time, especially once we graduated from the handheld stuff. Once we swapped over to the Switch, we have been gifted pretty much just mediocre. I wouldn't say garbage. I'll take back the garbage combat, but mediocre for sure. And so Power World comes along with a mature and adult theme, comedy. It's comedic, and ultimately the same kind of premise. And even Power World isn't that well done either, in my personal opinion. The environment is nice, stuff like that. There's really no story per se. I played Power World, so I can say this. It's like a survival game. It's like any other freaking survival game out there. You have, you got to build a base and stuff. But the creme de la creme of Power World is the fact that you could catch monsters and you level them up and you battle them. You see them all in the overworld. You can work them to death, and they have guns and stuff. This was what adult Pokemon lovers, especially us millennials, what we've been wanting for a very long time. May not, not necessarily the whole gun stuff, right? We didn't really expect Pokemon with guns, but nonetheless, we want adult-themed Pokemon. We want some actual fucking thought process into this. We want open world. I want to be able to go wherever the hell I want to go and do things that I want to do and still have the story be relevant as it goes along. It just some thought process, people. Some freaking thought process. It's all we wanted. Now, I thought... and of course, like I said, Power World wasn't completely immune to Nintendo coming after them, because they came after them for the whole Pokeball thing. They didn't come after them for model lookalikes. They didn't come after them for general art direction and stuff like that. No, Nintendo came after Pal World for the Pokeball, because the way that you catch Pokemon in Pal World, they absolutely the whole idea of a Pokeball was translated almost perfectly into Pal World, and Nintendo had a patent on the Pokeball, and so therefore they got sued over that, and Pal World had to change how you catch monsters in Pal World. So the Pokeball aspect of stuff had to be changed. Let's see here. I allowed it. Let's see here. What does it say? Yeah. Let's see. I think I said allowed it. I didn't actually read that message that was blocked, but you said something about Minecraft and all them having a threesome. Yeah, pretty much. And then Ebony says, the way I basically treat it is if Pokemon had a threesome with Minecraft and GTA, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, aside from driving cars, but you're driving monsters. So Pal World even still wasn't completely immune to Nintendo's grasp of tyranny and making sure that no one can come close to their franchise. But Pal World decided to fuck around and find out. And really what that should have done was send a message to Game Freak, Creatures Inc., and ultimately Nintendo, saying, clearly this is what people want. You've been neglecting your fan base, and you should have most certainly have come up with a game by this point in time like Pal World. Because I even had an argument with like this. I had a YouTube video about this a long time ago when Pal World first came out, and I said this. I was like, if Pokemon came out with a game like Pal World, obviously minus the guns, and then Pal World came out, right? So we're talking Pokemon already had this game and Pal World came out. Pal World would have never been as successful. And in fact, Pal World would have been on the receiving end of criticism, because people would have been like, how dare you? How dare you try and copy Pokemon? And then Nintendo would have had even more ammunition to go after Pal World, because they would have been like, well, we have an open world, and we patented our open world. We patented our way of capturing monsters. We patented it all. Nintendo would have already had an open world Pokemon game patented, and Pal World would not have been allowed to exist. Therefore, and ergo, they would have had a monopoly and a continued monopoly on Pokemon. But because of Nintendo and Pokemon's complacency factor and it's Pokemon, people are going to buy it anyways, they are starting to lose on the game front because Pal World has proven that there is success in this and people can make a good monster catching game, and probably even beat out Pokemon. It's just going to be a matter of time. Ebony says, last thing on Pokemon, by the way, how the fuck do fan-made ROM hacks do almost everything better than the actual games? Because there's passion behind it. That's the simplicity. There's passion. It is exactly the reason why Pal World exists. There are people out in this world and in this fandom that want what they want, right? And we have enough free talent in the world to where these ROM hacks and Nuzlocks and all these things that people like to do, they're going to get it. They're going to do it. They're going to take your game and they're going to make it better. And you're not going to see a lick of money from it because you don't deserve it. First of all, as a company, you don't deserve it because you failed to look at these people and be like, you know what? We need to hire you for our team. Hey, how about we hire you? You'd be more apt as a company to sue these people than you are to hire them or praise them for their work and say, okay, we see what people want now. We're going to make a Pokemon game that has these as features, such as Nuzlocks and all these other things that all these people do for ROM hacks. It's just such a it's such a corporate mindset, right? It's such a corporate mindset to just knock down people instead of bringing them up and saying, you know what, that's fucking awesome. We're so glad that the community has done this, and because it's so popular in the community, we're going to bring it to you in official Pokemon games. That's all you have to fucking do. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to capture more people, you're going to make more fucking money because you didn't already have enough to begin with, you're going to make more money, and your fan base is just going to grow with you even more. Because you listen and you watch what happens, but no, you can't fucking do that because you have a corporate mindset, and all of corporate America and just around the world, right? Corporate America, corporate Japan, corporate China, doesn't matter where the hell you are in the world, just filled with greed and dipshittery. Ebony says that was rhetorical, but I can't argue against you on that one. Yeah, it's this corporate mindset, man, and it absolutely just blows my mind. It really does, because if I was a corporate CEO or something like that, and I was in charge of Pokemon, and I started seeing what the fan base was doing, and instead of trying to remove those games, I would be like, okay, hey, I see you. You know what? Let's put this in our game. What? Just do it. Just put it in your fucking game. That's all you gotta do. And then imagine for instance, that someone puts, official Nintendo Pokemon puts Nuzlocke in their official Pokemon games. People lose their fucking mind. People lose their mind. But he's like, I shouldn't have said anything about it. I set you off. I tell you, I am a huge advocate for corporate change. It's just, I'm a business person in general. I was a manager for a car dealership for, I was with the dealership for almost 10 years. A whole decade I dedicated to corporatism. And I climbed up that ladder, and I've seen and been a part of the redundancies, the hypocrisy, and the chase of perfection by corporate America that it just sickens me. And I have never been the same ever since, and I refuse to let any corporation ever take advantage of me ever again. So that's just my 2 cents. We'll move on. Going back to previous conversation, I know this has been like a hell of a rant video, right? If only I had a camera and you could just watch me just, see my face or whatever. I guess it would be more relevant. I don't know. Instead of watching a perfect assist training screen. Let's walk around the environment and at least enjoy the environment. Man, I went off. I popped off on that one. So yeah, you mentioned about Mario Kart World, which looks fucking amazing. Here's the thing. Mario Kart World is still lazy. Mario Kart is almost in the same boat, and Mario in general is kind of in the same boat as Pokemon. It's a franchise that's untouchable. There's nothing that has come out that has remotely competed with it, other than back in the days of Sega Genesis, when Sonic the Hedgehog was not part of Nintendo property, because it got bought out. And all these other franchises that had their mascots, they had the character that you associated with that game system, like Master Chief was Xbox, right? Final Fantasy and stuff like that, Cloud, and let's see here, I'm trying to think, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro was PlayStation, Sega was Sonic, and Nintendo was Mario. Like these, because everyone was battling each other for not only mascots, because when you can put a mascot with your franchise, obviously it creates a fandom. Oh, great. Here we go with another rant. Why the fuck did I say anything? Alright, I'll calm down. No, I've ranted long enough. I've ranted long enough. I apologize. I do. I apologize. Yeah. I'll calm down. I make valid points, though. You can't deny I make valid points. Thank you, Ebony, for the content. You're awesome, Ebony. Thank you. Ooh woo. When enemies take attribute damage, they suffer anomaly buildup. The buildup bar will display the corresponding value, and reaching the limit will trigger an attribute anomaly. Okay. Yeah, so now I see the little electric thing. It's my fault, so don't apologize. Let's see here. So, switch between characters with different attributes. Apply a different attribute.
Quit moving!
Wipe out! Investigation complete, baby. Hell yeah. I think we got enough to actually do some gacha. Ebony, do you want to do some gacha? Do you want to play the real game? Because we know what the real game is, right? The real game is... Oh yeah, we got enough for a few... Yeah, see, this is the real game, where we have to play a lottery system and spend monies and stuff, but we're not going to spend money. We're not going to spend money. We don't have to spend money, I don't think, anyways. So, we can do a single search, and, I have to consume. We must consume 106 polychrome to purchase a master tape. Well, yeah. Let's do it. Oh, let's get it. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, Ebony. What did we get? Oh, we got a B. It's hard to tell because we didn't, do them all, but that blue screen with the B on it, that is the thing. And we got an engine. Hell yeah. W engine. Lunar. Wow. So cool. Wow, that's just amazing. Alright, let's do another one. I think we have enough polychrome, and we do. Let's get another one in there. Alright, come on. Something juicy. Give us the juice. Got another B rank. Okay. Another B rank. And an engine. Imagine that. Alright, I think we have enough for one more. We do. Yes. We can do one more. Oh boy. What did we get? Come on. Oh, we got an A rank. See that purple screen at the top? Oh, we got an A rank. It could be a character. Ebony says, anyways, ignoring all that, I might finally go to bed so I don't set you off again. But in reality, of course, I've got a shift in a few hours. Wait, hold on. You haven't been to bed yet and you have a shift in a few hours? Ebony. Come on. Either way, though, you get some rest. You get some rest. It was a pleasure having you in chat, as always. And so we'll just keep continuing to play for a little bit. It's actually like 8 o'clock in the morning for me, so I might actually get off this and go outside and do some yard work. But needless to say, Ebony, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Your company is always welcome. Always welcome. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, an engine. Okay. Drill rig. Actually, I know who that belongs to. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not bad. We'll take it. We'll take it. Ebony says, "I'm a self-taught insomniac." That's a skill. That's a skill, friend. Oh, so she is a sniper chick. That's what I thought. Oh, that's some fan service. That was fan service. Jeez. Yeah, her name is Trigger. Trigger. And then Zuyan. Zuyan. Or, yeah. Yep. Alright. Well, we played the game. We played the real game. We did get an A rank engine. That's nice. I don't know if we'll ever use the drill guy or not, but at least we have his engine. Internet level. Oh, we got some more stuff to claim. Heck yeah. Claim it. Oh, we got 2 master tapes. Oh, we got 2 master tapes. Ooh. Ooh, we got 2 master tapes. You know what that means? That means we can... ooh, we got a guarantee. That means we're going to have a guarantee. So let's go in here into the stable. Because it says... so we have a... No. Well, we already hit our guarantee. Because at level... number 50... Anyways. Let's just get it. Come on. Play the game. You gotta play the game. Give me something good. B rank. B rank. Pink engine. Vortex. Alright. Ebony says, but for real this time. See you. Hope you enjoy the rest of the game while you're playing it. I plan to. And again, I hope you get at least a little bit of sleep. And again, Ebony, thank you for coming in to chat today. Rest well. Bye. Engine. I think we already had magnetic storm. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. Good. Yeah. No, don't need that. We want this. Okay, so we just got the main story done for that. So we're going to be doing the next one from there. Notifications. I don't think there's anything to do on that one. Aha. All right. Yeah, tactics, we got that going. Good. Impairing enemies. We need all of the resources, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. We absolutely need it all, because we gotta catch 'em all. Or gotcha all. Alright. Abney! Oh my Lanta, what is that? Okay. Okay, so it's got like multiple arms. Okay, that's good. That's good. Swap over here. Huzzah! Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Beautiful. Buddhamus, baby, Buddhamus. It's so good. Alright. Last one here. Interrupt. Okay. We gotta learn to interrupt. I did not know you could do that with. So I must have been like. Got it. Yeah, I did not know you could do that. Always thought you had to dodge roll out of the way or something. The more you know. Alright, cool. Oh my goodness, now we have all these to do. Oh, okay, so we had to just... Okay, so this is part of just playing the game. Gotcha. Gotcha. We don't have enough polychrome to get another signal. That's fine. That's fine. See, if I had, like, peer pressure, which is, like, you know, talking to real people and having a fan base and all these things, and then they would be like... I'd be like, you know, do we buy some monochrome? Do we just go and buy the monochrome? I am thinking about the internet membership. Oh, I did not mean to press that. I didn't mean to press the buy button. Oh God, is it gonna buy it? I didn't know. Oh no. Oh God. Okay, thank God. Zeesh. No, I didn't mean to buy it. I was looking for reward preview. Select. Yeah, so you get the monochrome, which the monochrome has a 1-to-1 ratio with polychrome, and then you get 2,700 polychrome for 30 days, or after 30 days, something like that. Daily rewards. I mean, $5 and you wait for a while, because, okay, what does $5 get you in the monochrome market? So $5 will get you 2,700 poly and 3,000 mono, which in the reality of things, that's 3,000 poly, right? So if we go here, so 3,000, to get 3,000 poly, we have to pretty much spend way more than $5. Because 600 is $5. I mean, that's a huge deal. I'm sure the catch to this, though, is that, you know, total obtainable daily rewards for 30 days. Basically, I have to log in every single day to get all of that polychrome, which wouldn't be too much of a thing to do for me. I could do it. But see, the problem is it starts on the 4th of April, and it's already the, 11th of April? 13th. It's the 13th of April. So we've already missed, so that's 90 a day. So that's what, 7 days? 8, 9. So that's 9 times 9. We've missed 100, 3. Golly. I can't do math. Can't do math this morning. 5 is 400. 6 is 4 nines. 860? Something like that? I don't know. Golly, why can't I do math? It's crazy. 81. Yeah, that's 8. I was like, it's got to be like 800 something. 810 polychrome that we've missed already. If it's 90 a day. And if it doesn't prorate. It would be interesting if it prorated. But, of course, it doesn't say anything about that. But as far as... I feel like I need to get a little further in the game, though. And then you have all this shit. Dear God. What is this? 980? And that costs how much? Oh, it costs monochrome. Gotcha. I don't see any value to this at this point in time. Not being as new as I am. So, we're still going to work on it. I'm curious about the end game, quote unquote. But I feel like if we're... Let's see here. I feel like getting to chapter 1, playing chapter 1, and then this is chapter 2. Like, chapter 1 is pretty long. I would say if we reach to chapter 1, chapter 2, and we're still pretty locked in with this game, not saying so much as like hyper fixated or anything like that. Let's see here, chapter 2 interlude, chapter 3, 4, 5, season 1. Okay, so they could jump into seasons. Okay. So essentially it's just like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, which would make sense, right? That they just keep going. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's going to take some more gameplay for me to actually commit to spending really any money on this game. Yeah. But let's see here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I've had my coffee. I know a lot of playing today was like training rewards and stuff like that, and having a hello rant with Ebony, which I can't thank her enough for. I love ranting. It's fun. So warning to anybody that brings up anything that I have relevant information to and or passionate about, I will go on a rant. That being said, though, still enjoying the game. Still like every bit about it as far as the character creation, the models, the environment. It's super smooth. I really like this, and I really want to see where this goes. And like I said, if we get far enough, in my personal opinion, so whenever I have this epiphany that this game I'm going to be sticking with it for a long period of time, I don't mind investing a little bit of money in it, right? I don't think I'm going to be investing hundreds of dollars, but at the same point in time, I have no idea. Who knows? Just stick along for the ride and find out. Either way, though, I'm going to get my day started here, get some actual things done for the day, and we will do the things again. This is your host, Samurai Kit Kat. Peace.